Praise the Lord, everyone. Thank you for tuning in with Dr. Lesia the Preacha. Okay. Well, this message here is special for my family and friends. Um, I have a small family, there's not many of us, and I don't have any current friends per se. Um, you know, I've met some people over the years, but we're maybe we may not be at the friend stage just yet. You know what I'm saying? So, but I have had a couple of friends that in the past few years, um, you know, through this divorce process, and this divorce process started in 2020, so it's been a 3-year process. And if you've been following my channel, you know that my divorce process put me in a position where all family and friends were ripped from under me. One way or another, somehow, it all just happened. And and I want to say that a lot of this transition, speaking of transition, I need to grab one more book. Hold on just a second, guys. Yeah, but you know, this transition um, is all connected to this ministry. Me being called into pastorship, you know, being called to ministry and things like that has, you know, created all this chaos in my life. Okay. And so, to my family and friends, I cannot apologize to you for being called. I can't apologize for that. But what I can, or chosen for this position, but what I can apologize for is the effect that it has on you. You know, a lot of you um, are hurt, are hurt by this transition. So let me, hold on just a second, guys. Okay. So, again, I can't apologize for God choosing me to share my life story. He chose me to share my life story. And I have to be honest. I have to be. And you, family and friends, are a part of me. You're a part of my journey. I've gained a lot of life experience through relationships with you. And so that's what I have to talk about. Now, I can mix these stories, you know, with celebrities. I can mix these stories with biblical concepts. But at the end of the day, it's my story that God wants to put out. And I can't apologize for that. But what I have done over the years, because it's been so hard for us to transition, it's been really hard for us to transition. Now, this is a book that I read in college, so I understand transitions very well. I also understand, uh, you know, church leader responsibilities and stuff. I have a guide. Um, in a previous marriage, uh, my spouse was a trustee. He was a trustee, so the work of the church trustee. So I understand, you know, how to, you know, run churches and stuff. I understand the concept of it. But as far as me um, having my own church and stuff, this is all new. And it's been uh, an 11-year process. It's been 11 years since I've been on my pastor journey. And, you know, the kickoff of all of this, the kickoff was a suicide attempt. That's just how much resistance existed within our family friendship dynamic. That's how much resistance. I didn't want to hurt anybody. I didn't want to change. I didn't want to. I mean, I knew I had to, and I was going to. I was chosen and called and all that, but I didn't want to hurt nobody. I didn't want to change. I didn't want to go against our family grain. I didn't want to go against the friendship grain. I didn't. We were all fine. I mean, I've never been arrested, never been to jail. I barely, I barely have 5 tickets, parking tickets or traffic tickets in my life. You know what I'm saying? I'm 54. So, and, I have a PhD. I've taught children. I've taught adults. I've adopted kids, fostered kids. I've helped hundreds, if not at least 1,000 people in my lifetime. Between education, between, just caring for people, housing people, feeding people, all of that. And I'm not bragging. This is not about bragging. It's just that because of this transition of me being, a people pleaser, going along with everything, smiling, making everybody happy all the time and comfortable, well, God picked me up and said, I want you to tell the truth. Tell your story. And my story, yes, has some beautiful points. I mean, I've been a dancer, cheerleader, gymnast to a degree. Cheerleading and gymnastics kind of go together. I didn't get to do gymnastics on the level of my abilities. I didn't get to explore that, But other people in my family have the natural gymnastics, and I'm not the only person in the family that can flip, flip out, So yes, I have a lot of vacations, and I've had some really wonderful opportunities. Dancing for Dudley Randall, dancing on TV, always doing speaking engagements, and teaching, preaching, just all that, right? But God don't want me to just talk about all that good, warm, and fuzzy stuff. No, He wants me to talk about being molested. It happened. He wants me to talk about the divorces. They happen. What am I lying about? In both situations, husbands left me for somebody else. That ain't nothing new. It happens to most women, but God has chosen me to talk about it and to go public. And this has been something that I've been preparing my family for 11 years. It's been an 11-year transition process. And yes, I had 5 suicide attempts along the way. That's just how much resistance there's been in the family. There's been so much resistance of me pursuing my calling and doing and obeying God till I end up homeless, put out. I'm told that I'm a liar, that I'm cruel, just cruel for putting my information out, sharing my story, sharing my life, sharing photos, just sharing my life. You are a part of my life. God set this up. If you have a problem with me and what I'm presenting on here, talk to him, because I'm obeying him. So that's why at this point on my journey, basically all family and friends at this point are blocked. They don't have access. Because once God tell me, put it in my heart to release something, I don't care who you are, family and friends. It don't matter who you are. You don't have the authority. No longer do you have the authority in my life to tell God what to do. He has appointed me. He has chosen me. He has authorized me to say what he won't say it. However he want it presented. So that's why I have to just restrict the access and be obedient to God. I will always love my family and friends, you know. And some family is still, you know, with me, you know. I mean, you know, I have my grandkids, you know, I have my daughter that lives here, you know, with me. You know, I have a select few family that I interact with. Everybody else has, you know, they're still transitioning. They're still transitioning. And some may say that I really go hard on that second marriage. Yeah, I do. And the reason why, I'm going to explain this. The first marriage, he and I resolved a lot of stuff. We're not in debt to one another. We went through what we went through, the divorce and all of that, but we worked it all out. Now, he and God, that might be something different. Me and God, that might be something different, you know. But as far as he and I go, I'm good with him. I mean, I feel like he's a brother, you know. We're not like close or talk or nothing like that, really. You know, nothing like that. But there's no issue. We don't have any thoughts. We work through it. Now, this second marriage, marriage divorce, lasts 25 years, and it didn't end like that. You know, it's been 3 years, but there's no closure. And he just walked away and to go be with somebody else who was already hidden, and I didn't know anything about this person for almost 3 years. I didn't know about this person for 2.5 years. So, you know, there's no closure there. I don't even know what I did, you know, to cause to be walked out on with we haven't seen each other or talked to each other since. Just gone. So, you know, of course, there's a lot for me, a lot of teachable moments. And, you know, especially, I'm a flame. I'm chosen by God to deliver messages, and he allows me to use, you know, anything I want. These are college books. I can use photos. I can use whatever I have access to, whatever he's blessed me with. I can do what I want, per God. I'm not doing anything wrong. And those of you who believe I'm that horrible and bad after living the life that I've lived, there's nothing else, there's nothing I can say or do to change that. If you think I'm horrible, a lion, you know, just a lion woman who's cruel and talk about people like dogs and what else? Whatever else is being said about me, even to me. I appreciate at least saying it to me. I appreciate that. I appreciate anyone who can just tell me, you know, to my face or text or whatever. You know, I appreciate that. You know, but I really just haven't done anything to anybody. And as far as like opening up and expressing myself, well, I'm going to continue doing it because after 5 suicide attempts, I'm not going to close up and just die so other people can be comfortable. No more. No more. No more. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to just shut up so other people and die and just die out so that other people can be comfortable. You know, I'm chosen to speak, and I can use all of my life experience that God gave me because everything about me belongs to Him. I don't belong to anybody on this earth, and nobody on this earth belongs to me. No. Now, do I have children and grandchildren? Yeah. I'm their overseer. God appointed me over my kids and grandkids. Period. And anyone else that come from my belly. From my belly. Okay? So, now do they belong to me? No, they belong to God. But God put me over them. And I'm going to do my job. And I'm going to do it well. Always have, always will. And for those of you who are supportive of me, thank you. And those who are not, it's okay. You ain't stopping nothing. So I'm going to go ahead and do a reading for my family and friends. You know, like again, you know, I do want to apologize for any hurt that my channel, my truth, causes you. I do want to apologize. However, at the same time, I'm authorized by God. And talk to Him about it. Talk to Him about it. But I'm not going to allow people to, you know, call me up and discredit the work that God has authorized me to do. I'm not going to do it. I used to be that kind of person. You know, people pleaser. Want to make sure everybody is happy and well accommodated and all that. But I realized there's a point where, you know, you provide for people and help them. And then there's a point where, you know, there's an end point, you know. Because all your help can some point, if it can at some point cross over to not be appreciated. Well, I'm not willing to continue not being appreciated anymore. I've lived an entire life of not really being, you know, appreciated, valued, and stuff. So I don't want to do it anymore. I'm done. Even if that means, you know, having to spend most of the time by myself, that's okay. Archangel Gabriel. Archangel Gabriel. Gabriel guides your creativity. Yes, the Lord guides my creativity. Whether I'm singing, dancing, you know, making these videos, whatever, Spirit guides it. I've been chosen. Discernment. So family members, as we move forward, let's use discernment. Okay? Follow your intuition. Follow your own intuition in your life. If watching my videos bother you, just don't watch them. It's okay. Use discernment. But I do have authorization from God to use whatever He has afforded me. And you are a part of that. If you're a part of my experience, I can speak on it. Just like you. I can't stop you from getting on the phone and talking about me to other people. I can't stop you from doing it. Team spirit. Yes, remember in the past we used to be a team. We all used to be close. We have to remember that. Don't let this divorce keep our family divided forever. Please, don't let that divorce win. Don't let that divorce win. Don't let that divorce kill what we had. We worked our whole lives, even before we knew to be a family. And we still a family after him. We're just going to have to fight harder. We were a team, and we can be a team again one day. Right now, there's restrictions because there's just so much hurt and disappointment, and I understand, you know. Some marriages have a huge impact on families. And when those marriages end, people underestimate the damage that divorce can do. Okay? And so I just want to send some healing to my family and friends. This is not a matter of tarot. You know, I don't need to pull these cards or anything. You know. So I'm going to send us a little healing for my family during our continued transition. We're already a small group as it is. We can't afford to be this divided. You know, I hate it. I hate being this divided where I'm soaring right now, guys. I'm doing really good, you know. And I even collect feathers. I collect feathers too. But yeah, I'm doing good, guys. And again, I'm sorry for the discomfort, but it's just temporary. It's temporary. Over time, I believe that, you know, our discernment will kick in. You know. And all the speculation all the speculation will clear up. So you got to use discernment to iron through the speculations. Why do you think I'm talking about you like a dog? I didn't used to talk about nobody like a dog. So why am I being accused of talking about people like a dog now? Now, granted, when I was going through my divorce, I didn't have many people to talk to. So if I did pick a person in the family to talk to about how I was feeling and what I was going through, how is it fair to use that against me? How is it fair? Who else do I have to talk to? I don't have many people. I don't have no friends now. No friends. 0 girlfriends. I don't have not one girlfriend that I can call and say, hey girl, let's go out. Not one. Not even one. I have 0